My friend's child stopped talking altogether after answering a phone call. My godson used to be a typical toddler who could talk your ears off. Justin was so inquisitive that a simple yes or no question would be followed up by dozens of others. He still couldn't say most words properly, just like most toddlers, but it was fun seeing him try to say things. We loved that he was so curious and open and just overall very energetic. On his 4th birthday, his parents held a party and invited the neighborhood kids. My son, who was about 2 years older than Justin, was also invited. It was a fun party for kids. I joined his mom, Becca, in supervising the party. Everyone seemed to have a good time. I was helping her wrap things up and tidying when the landline rang. Becca was in another room, so before she could react, Justin ran and answered the phone with a jolly, "Hello." I was just a few feet away from Justin. I saw how it all unfolded. The twinkle in his eyes was suddenly extinguished. Whatever the caller was saying to him had shut him up real quick. Becca just reached her son and asked him who he was talking to. Justin just looked at him wide-eyed. She then reached for the phone and asked the caller. All she heard was a click. She asked Justin who was on the phone, but Justin just stared back at her. It was an odd thing to see my godson not responding verbally to his mother. He wasn't just not answering back, he was also not reacting at all. Becca was starting to panic. This wasn't normal for Justin. We tried to pry him to respond, but he just wouldn't. Finally, his parents had to take him to the hospital. My son and I stayed a bit to help clean up. I wanted to call Becca for update, but I knew she had her hands full. I found out the next day that Justin was out of his catatonic state but still wouldn't talk. His parents tried to make him respond, but he just wouldn't answer verbally. They reported the incident to the police, hoping the authorities could trace the call or something. The police couldn't do anything as technically, whoever was on the phone, didn't physically harm Justin. There was no caller ID and they couldn't trace the call. Becca and her husband sent Justin to a child therapist specializing in nonverbal kids. Although Justin could respond to them already, he still couldn't talk and couldn't explain what happened. Also, he wasn't the bubbly toddler that he used to be anymore. He was, for a lack of a better word, reserved. His parents were at their wits' end. They wanted answers but weren't getting any. The only person who knew something was the toddler who couldn't verbalize what he heard on the phone. Who was the caller and what did they say to a 4-year-old to make him stop talking and basically change personality? Becca even asked me repeatedly what happened. I was the closest in proximity to Justin when he answered the phone. I must have heard something, right? But I didn't. I tried so hard to remember details that might help, but there was nothing. My friendship with Becca became strained since then. I understood where she was coming from, but she was asking for something that I just didn't know how to give her. His parents' marriage also suffered from the incident. There was a lot of blaming going around, lots of what-ifs. Justin never talked since then, not a single word. As far as I know, even in his deathbed, he still wouldn't talk. He didn't make it to his 6th birthday.
If you liked the story, please give it a thumbs up. Share the video and subscribe for more. Click the bell icon so you don't miss out on new videos. Thank you very much.